Next in this picture, we have a picture of the Inhumans panel. The Inhumans are kind of a more obscure Marvel superhero team. And matter of fact, in a lot of ways, they're very similar to the X-Men with a little bit of the Fantastic Four mixed in there. The Inhumans are actually going to, they actually tried to do a miniseries for the Inhumans not too long ago. It didn't do very well on television. But if you want to know more about the Inhumans, I definitely recommend you pick up some of their books. Probably the best Inhuman story that I've read is probably written by Paul Jenkins with art by Jai Lee. So I would definitely recommend picking up the Inhumans. All right, we're going to jump back into some more costumes again. This is a picture of the early Captain Marvel costume from the Captain Marvel MCU movie. Captain Marvel is kind of also a kind of obscure Marvel character, which, unless you're a real Marvel reader, only a few people know about her. Her name is Carol Danvers, whose history has kind of changed recently because she's kind of gained more attention recently with a lot of comic book writers. But Carol Danvers, who early on was known as Miss Marvel, later on became Captain Marvel, which the movie was based on. This next panel is going to be a picture of some of the props from the Guardians of the Galaxy films. It's going to feature the orb that housed the power gem. Well, I think it could be the space gem. I think it's the power gem, and the blades of Drax the Destroyer, and the Walkman for Star-Lord, the star character of the Guardians of the Galaxy film. The Guardians of the Galaxy was definitely a game changer for the Marvel Cinematic Universe, as this was a project or movies that many of us Marvel fans even think wouldn't work. I mean, after all, two of your main characters are a talking tree and a talking raccoon. So it's amazing to see that movie became as big as it did. And I think this is all done because of the director, James Gunn's excellent directing of the film and the soundtrack as well. Everything just kind of clicked with this movie, and it's definitely worth a watch. Okay, so here we have the costumes for two of the main characters for the Guardians of the Galaxy, which will be Gamora and Star-Lord. And here's also a look at one of the fan favorite characters from the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. So here's Groot. I am Groot. Okay, as we end our tour here of the Marvel Cinematic Universe exhibit at the Franklin Institute, this next panel that we're looking at should be a picture of the Silver Surfer. Now, the Silver Surfer is also a fan favorite Marvel character that many fans are hoping does come and return to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. He's been on big screen one time, and that was in the old Fantastic Four movies that came out in the early 2000s. I believe he was voiced by Lawrence Fishburne. But anyway, the Silver Surfer, which premiered in the Fantastic Four comics, was an incredibly written character that Stan Lee and Jack Kirby created. He was the herald for Galactus, who was the planet-eating alien, which at that time was a very high concept because no one had ever seen a superhero take on such an interesting character, because Galactus wasn't a villain for villain's sake. See, Galactus had to eat planets because he needed the nourishment and the energies that came from these planets in order to survive. So this was a very interesting concept, and it was the Silver Surfer's humanity and his willingness to take pity on us as humankind that allowed him to turn on his master Galactus. So definitely I would go and check out those early issues of the Fantastic Four and read more books on the Silver Surfer. And we're getting ready to come to the end of our exhibit. The next is just going to be like a little display panel that talks about the Marvel Cosmic Universe. One of the things that I happen to be a fan of in comics is this idea of space and cosmic adventures. And the Marvel Universe definitely has a very interesting take on the cosmic side of their comic book line. This all began, of course, with the Fantastic Four and their adventures as they took on entities like Galactus, the Planet Eater, and his Herald, the Silver Surfer. This also would include characters like Thor, the Guardians of the Galaxy, Nova, and the list goes on. But the Marvel space has always been fascinating to me. I just think they did such a good job of developing a lot of the races and the beings and just explaining the lore of their space side of their universe. All right, so that we finally got that done. That's our tour of the Marvel exhibit at the Franklin Institute. I hope you all enjoyed that. Definitely, if they ever do bring that back to the Franklin Institute, I would definitely want to catch that. It was really exciting to look at all the props and the costumes. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Sorry I had to split it up into several parts. So stay tuned. I'm going to probably do some more content for our library patrons. And I hope you guys stay safe and see you soon.